Hello everyone, welcome. Today I'm going to be starting on my Maniac Encore LA show freebies for the Stray Kids concert, and I'm very excited. I really wanted to do freebies for their concert last year, but I just didn't have the time with my work and life schedule. So when I got tickets to the Encore shows, I knew I definitely wanted to do freebies this time around. So we're about a week out from the shows at this point. I'm doing really good at that waiting to the last minute procrastination like I did with my light stick the first time around. But we're making freebies, we're getting started, so I have them for the shows. And I thought it would be fun to make a video on the freebies and what I'm choosing to do. So in case maybe you want to make freebies for a concert, or I don't know, I think it's kind of fun to watch DIY videos like this. So I don't know, I wanted to put together a little video showcasing it. So my plan for my freebies is I am doing little keychains, little member keychains, and then I'm also doing 2 photo cards, like custom made photo cards that are going to be in a cute little pouch that I'm going to hand out to people. So what we're going to start off with first is the keychains. So I have actually started on the initial processes of some things because I knew it was going to take some time and I didn't want to film everything. But I've already started on the keychains a little bit. So this is a quantity of 50. And in total, I'm doing 200 keychains, so that means about 200 total freebies for both days. I'm hoping to split it up about 100 each day. I hope that's enough. I really tried to gauge how much would be too much or too little, and I still don't know. I feel like this is a lot, but at the same time, I'm like, is it not enough? But this is all I can really handle. Like I said, I've already started the process a little bit. What I need to do initially is to first unbag all of these. It's really kind of disappointing that these are all individually wrapped in plastic bags, but I'm gonna do my best to recycle them or reuse them or make sure that they just don't get thrown away and end up in the void of the world somewhere. So I need to go through and unpackage these, but then I need to go through and take out the 2 separate pieces. And normally, most of them are pretty easy like that. I can just flip them over and they usually come out pretty easy. But for some of them, when I was doing the rest of them, I found that they kind of get stuck. And so I kind of had to by the way, trigger warning for the first little bit that I'm using an X-Acto blade to do this. But I found with some of these, I actually need to get my knife in here and then pop it open. So that's what I'm going to be doing for this first little bit. And for a lot of this is just going to be time lapse of me doing it with some nice relaxing music in the back, so you can kind of just chill out with me while I do this. So there's the first one done. 50 more of these to go. So let me get my little setup station going, and I'm gonna go through and unpackage all the keychains. Okay, I've got all the keychains separated now, so now I have about 200 blank keychains ready to be assembled. But before we do that, we have to move on to the next super tedious task, which is cutting the photos that are going to be in the keychains. So let me clear this away really quick. As you can see, These are the photos that I've already cut for the keychains already. Like I said, I did some of the hard stuff ahead of time because I knew how time consuming. And if you follow me on Instagram, you saw me complaining about my hand suffering early onset arthritis because I was cutting all of these the other day, but it's okay. What we have here is these are the images that are going to go inside of the keychains, and they are sized accordingly so they fit exactly. And I decided that I wanted to do double-sided, so that means I had to cut out double the amount of photos for each of the keychains. So on one side I have this little home is skiz design, which I thought was really cute, and then on the other side will be each of the members' photos. So like there's Han, there's Hyunjin, there's Ian, Chan. For these keychains, I kind of went for the photos where they had like their little lover boy beanies, or like they had just like beanies in general. Let's see. Like there's Sungmin's. Anyway, once these are all put together, you'll see all the photos better. So because I have 200 keychains, that means I have had to cut 400 circles, and of course I did that all with scissors because I am not very smart, and I did not get keychains in a size where I could just buy like a hole punch and like hole punch them out, which for future reference, if you're gonna make keychains, try and find keychains that like the inner size is the size of a hole punch so you can save your hands, but I was not smart in doing that, so that's why I'm having to hand cut all of these photos, but it's okay. This is the last stretch. This is all I have left. As you can see, here's all the hard work of my labor right here. I saved all of the scraps. I'm gonna go ahead and get cutting the rest of these. So the reason I did a lot of this ahead of time is because I was like, I don't know how interesting it would be to sit here and watch me cut 400 photos of the exact same thing. So that's why I did most of it off camera, and I decided I would just do a small portion on so I could have like a little bit of a time lapse to show in this video. But my hands have definitely had it the last couple of days. I've broken this up in chunks over like two to 3 days, and my hands are pretty much over it at this point. Okay, the hand cramps are real, my hand is sore, but we're finally finished cutting all of the images out, and I laid out all the members so you can see their photos in a line with each other, and you can kind of see what I meant when I said like they're in their like cozy, like lover boy, or like a beanie concept. I think they're super cute. I wanted all of these to kind of like match with each other, and so I tried to find photos where they were wearing a hat or something. Han was the only one I like had a really hard time with. All of his photos where he's like wearing a hat, he also was like wearing a mask, which like are safety king, but I wanted to be able to see his face on the keychain, so I opted for like him in a headband. It still kind of works, so I tried my very absolute best to cut these out, but if you get one and it looks kind of wonky, just don't look at it too closely, okay? These were a labor of love like no other. So yeah, I mean, hopefully when they're in the keychain, you won't be able to tell. But yeah, some of these are cut kind of poorly. I tried my very best, but you know, after the 367th circle, you know, your hand can only do do so much. All right, so the next step is going to be assembling the keychain. So that means putting these photos into the keychain blanks. And I think first though, to make my life a little bit easier, I think I might just like put together the two front and back and like just glue them together so I can just more easily pop them into the blank, because I'm worried about like them shifting while I'm trying to put them together. So then like the front of the keychain that looks like this, and then the back is like, oh, like what is happening? So yeah, I think I'm gonna do that really quick. I think I'm gonna do it off camera because that's not gonna be exciting whatsoever. I'm basically just gonna like lay this down, put a dot of glue, and then connect them, and then I'll have my sets ready to go. So the next time you see me, we should be ready to assemble keychains. Let's go ahead and do our first keychain. Let's see, I have to figure out which way I want to put the photo in. So once you've got the photo situated in there how you want, you take the disc side and you pop it in, and then you'll press it together, and now it's all firmly in place and you have a keychain. Ah, it looks so good. And you really can't tell like how wobbly the sides are, which I'm thankful for. So yay, cute. All right, one down, 199 more to go. So I just finished doing all of Chan's keychains, and I'm so happy. They're turning out exactly like I would have hoped. And it's so satisfying to like click this part into the keychain. Like it just has like a nice satisfying, like it's really satisfying to put these together. This is like what I was most looking forward to. Like all the tedious stuff of like cutting and like disassembling these I wasn't looking forward to, but like putting the keychains together and like snapping all the backs in, I was really looking forward to. So it's just as satisfying as I had hoped. So we're gonna keep going along and finish these tonight, hopefully. So then we can work on the next thing probably tomorrow. I am all done. All the keychains are now assembled. Yay! Oh my gosh, this is such a big a big pile. I am honestly so happy with everything. Let me move this to the side. Lay out all the boys. Oh, I think it looks so cute. I'm really, really happy. Yay! Alright, well, that's gonna be it for today's work. I'm pretty exhausted, so in the next clip, I'll be moving on to whatever next step it is I'm gonna do. Probably when my photo cards come in.
3 days later.
Hello, everyone. So, I have made a choice since the last time I was here putting together the keychain. And that choice was that the keychains were just not enough for my hands and that they were just way too plain. So I decided that each of the keychains needed to have a charm on it. So that's what I've been working on the past couple of days, is charms for each of the keychains. Oh, so let me explain. So after I had finished assembling all the charms and I took a day of rest, I was looking at the keychains again and I was like, I think these are cute as is, but what if there was something else to the keychain? Because I know when I've seen a lot of other K-pop keychains online, on Instagram or on TikTok or something, there's usually little charms that are attached to it. So that's kind of how I ended up here. So this was my first initial prototype. It has the wrong kind of jump ring on it, but I made this and I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. It's just a nice little addition, and I don't know, it makes a nice little clink sound. So I then decided that I would spend the next 3 days making all of these charms. I'm being a little bit dramatic. It honestly wasn't as bad as I anticipated. The tips of my fingers are pretty raw from bending the wire, but honestly you kind of get drawn into a trance of just making these charms, and then before you know it you're have done 60 and you're well, I guess we'll call it a night because my fingers are screaming at me. I only came back to reality when I realized how badly my fingers hurt. But yeah, it wasn't too bad. So I only have a couple more left, which is why I'm here. I didn't want to do any sort of time lapse for this because I just I needed to be in the zone for this particular section of this project. So I only have about 3 left and I'm gonna do that here. But yeah, I knew I just needed to be comfortable while doing this, so I literally just sat in bed with these little containers and just put on videos and just was going to town the last couple of days. I again posted on my Instagram story talking about how my hands didn't have enough with the scissors. I needed to torture myself even more. So, but I don't know. I think it's worth it. I think that these charms are so pretty and so cute, and yeah, I don't know. And I've always kind of really wanted to get into jewelry making or doing stuff with beads, and I never had a real opportunity or chance, so this was my excuse to go out and buy buy some supplies to play with. So basically I got everything from my craft store, just my local craft store. So I have all of the jewelry making plier things. I don't know the official names of these. I'm honestly such a newbie when it comes to these. So I got an assortment of beads, some really tiny ones, some blue and white ones, these silver ones. The main stars of the show are these iridescent star and sphere beads, which I thought were so pretty, and they worked really well with the blue background I decided to use on the backs of the keychains. So yeah, so basically what I'm using to put these together is this, I don't know what this is called. I think this is called a hairpin or something like that. If it's not, I'll like write it what it is. But yeah, I've been using this and it's been really nice. I thought about just using like string, like the clear elastic string, but I wanted to like, I don't know, I worry about like that breaking super easy, so I went with this route instead. So I don't know, I feel like I'm blabbling even though this isn't supposed to be like a real tutorial, but I don't know, I just kind of want to show what I'm doing because these weren't quite like in the cards. Yeah, so basically I just been using this little like hairpin wire and then just feeding the beads through. It took me a little bit to figure out like the kind of pattern I wanted. I went back and forth a couple of times on how I wanted to incorporate the beads, but yeah, I kind of landed on this pattern where I had like one tiny blue bead, the star, white and blue, added the circle, and then I would just do the opposite where I then put a blue. Oh my gosh, this is also why like I didn't want to do this while filming, because like it's hard enough to feed the beads normally, and like now it's even 10 times harder trying to do it like where my face isn't like right up close to it. So, and then I just fed another small blue bead, this silver one, and then top it off with one more tiny blue bead. And then once I got to this point, these pliers, they like have like just the normal rounded tips. I would take it, turn it over. I found that if I like turned the wire towards me, I had a lot better control than if I like turned it away from me. So that's something I found out like halfway along the process. And then to help close this off so there like isn't much of a gap, I take the like more regular closed pliers and then just sort of bend the wire up. Oh, this is like near impossible to do at this angle for me. Bend it into place so it kind of closes in on itself. So then it looks like that. And then I just attach a jump ring. So then I can feed it onto the keychain. But yeah, so there's that. That's kind of what I've been up to. Actually, I shouldn't put that in there. I need to make sure I get a jump ring on that before I throw it in here. But yeah, this is definitely not a necessary step that these needed, but like I said, I think it kind of adds to it a little bit. So I'm just gonna finish making the last 3 of these, and then I'm going to, oh my gosh, I can't do this while talking. And then we'll put them onto the keychains. All right, woohoo! Last little charm, and I guess I can explain how I am using these jump rings. So I'm using these 2 pliers. I think normally when you like work with jump rings and like jewelry attachment chains, you're supposed to like have 2 of these, but obviously I only have 1, so I'm using this, which normally you would use to like cut the wire, but I'm using it on kind of like, I'm not using it this way, so it's not cutting it, it's mostly just, you know, grabbing it. So basically for the jump ring, so you don't like distort it at all, you, instead of grabbing it like inwards like this and pulling this way, because that'll like distort the ring and make it harder to like put back together, you clamp it on the side of like where the opening is, and then clamp it on the other side, and then you twist slightly like towards you so it's open like that, and then you slide your charm or your jewelry or whatever onto it, and then you grab the end and you slide it back into place, and then if you need to, you can squeeze this together so there's no gap, and ta-da! The charm is done. Oh, I missed. But there we go. That's about 200 charms done. Oh my gosh. Oh, my hands. I need to like do some finger stretches because like my hands, I can like feel the tightness in them. But anyway, yeah, so I don't know if I need to like talk about anything specific here. Like I said, I got all the beads and supplies from my local craft store in my town, so there's not really anything to like link to specifically. But yeah, and all these like containers that I'm holding these beads in are literally just like Tupperware containers. So again, just like working with what you got. But all right, so now that that's done though, we can go ahead and start to put these charms on the keychains. And thankfully this, I can just like attach the charms this way. I had thought about like when I was opening the jump rings, like thinking about like attaching the keychains at the same time. But thankfully the keychains have this kind of hook device. I don't even know quite like what this is called, but anyway, it's really easy to just like feed it through and then it's attached on there. So that's why I didn't bother like attaching these at the same time I did the jump ring. So yeah, so this is the next step in the process, is I'm going to now attach all these charms to the keychains. I'll see you when that's done. I just finished all the keychains, now have a cute little charm, and I'm so excited. It's so cute. I'm so happy. All right. I feel like I've been working on just the keychain section for like so long, but now we can finally get into putting this together. I got my photo cards in the mail earlier this week, so let me pull those out and show you what those look like, because I think those turned out super well. So let me move this stuff aside and grab the photo cards. Okay, so here are the photo cards. I ordered them from Moo, which I think a lot of people are familiar with. A lot of people who order like custom freebies or photo cards or business cards or whatever use Moo. I've actually used Moo like personally myself. Back when I was a student and I had to like make business cards in my senior year, I used Moo. But special shout out this time to Brad, 8Ratty. I don't think he's watching, but I used his coupon code for these to help save some money. So thanks, Brad, coming in clutch there. I did two separate designs. I did one which was just a member, so it will match up with like your member keychain, and then I also did a group one. And before I open these, I just want to say I'm really happy and like excited about them, except I'm stupid and I ordered them in 2 different sizes, and I didn't even realize until I got them in the mail the other day and I like opened them to check them, and I was just like face palm, like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that. So let me open these and I can show you what I mean. All right, so these are the photo cards. So as you can see, they're 2 different sizes. I really can't believe I did that. I was ordering these really late at night one night after I had just finished like finalizing the designs, and I just didn't double check when I was picking the sizes, but I don't know, that's okay. I was bummed out at first, but now I'm kind of over it, and I'm like, well, like I said, so this one is the member photo card, and I'll like go ahead and unbox all the rest of the members. I tried to pick photos that were like pretty recent or like were super cute or like had pink in it for like Maxident or whatever. So, and then this is what the back of this one looks like. So I have Los Angeles Encore for 2023 on March 31st and April 2nd, and I have my username. So I really like how this one turned out, but this one This one is something special, I think. So I knew I wanted to do a group card, so when you got like the freebie, you had something specific to your member, but then you also had something full group. And I talked about this a little bit on Instagram, but like finding a group photo that works for a photo card is so difficult. First of all, most of the kids' photos when they're in a group, they're not like oriented vertically, they're horizontal. Usually they're pretty spread out with each other. Someone, Lino, is always doing something strange to the members, which is funny, but you know, sometimes you just want like a very specific photo, and I just like could not find any. I finally found this photo, and I actually edited this photo a little bit. I like moved these three members over, and it was a whole thing. And originally it wasn't gonna be deco styled like this, like it was just gonna be them in the photo, like it was just gonna be like a normal photo card like this one. But when I put it in to my design document, I didn't really love like just the blank space of like the floor and the wall behind them. So then I spent like the next 2 days like just overthinking and going back and forth on designs. That's why like I'm not showing my process for making these cards, because for one, I like am not a like linear designer or thinker. When I'm designing, I have like 20 artboards with like 3 different designs going on each of them, and like just until I get like a firm idea, I'm just like all over the place. So trying to show that process would just be like a nightmare. And also a lot of like my personal designs are a labor of love, and I just like have a hard time showing that to people like until it's finished. So yeah, sorry that there's like no process of like designing these, but you wouldn't want to watch it anyway. It's a painful process to get through. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, I am really happy with how this turned out though. I thought this was a cute addition to the group photo, is adding like these decorative elements. And then this is what the back of this one looks like. Again, Encore Los Angeles from 3:31 to 4:02, Stray Starlight. So I think these are a really cute pair together. Like I said, I kind of wish that they were the same size, but there's nothing I can do at this point. I'm just gonna have to live with it. But I am very happy with these, and I hope if you get one of these that you like them as well. Like I said, I worked really hard on them, especially the group photo, so yeah, I hope you enjoy them. Let me grab the rest of the members' photo cards though, so you can see what they look like. Oh, I don't think I pulled a Lino. So all of the member PCs all have the same back. It's the same pink back. And let me see if I can put these in age order. So this is my photo card set. I really like seeing them all together like this. It's my own little personalized set. I don't know, I really like the pictures I picked. I feel like they sort of like embody each of the members' personalities in them a little bit. So yeah, and I think accompanied like with their keychains, it's gonna be so cute. Like this is your little freebie from me. So hopefully you like them if you get one. I'm very excited. It's been a long point getting to this. Like I said, I have been through so many like, should I do this? Should I do this? Let me add this. Like it's been a whole process of making these freebies for this concert, and I feel like I've overthought a lot of this, but I don't know. I think it's all worth it. Seeing like everything come together now is definitely feeling very worth it. So let me just pick these up, and I'll just do a closer view of them. I originally wanted all the members to have some kind of like pink in their photo, but that's just like not happening. Chan does not wear anything pink, so that was never gonna be an option for this. But yeah, so cute. I got these in a matte finish instead of a glossy, and I think it feels really nice. I almost did glossy, but I was like, I feel like matte photo paper for this would look really nice. So yeah, cute. So now that I finally have all the pieces together, I can start assembling the freebie bags. So let me grab those really quick. So these are the bags that I'm going to be using to put together these little packets. I feel like a lot of people have seen these before. I've seen like small businesses and whatnot use these. But yeah, so my plan for each of the freebie packets and what everything is going to consist of is, so everyone is going to get a photo card and the keychain of that photo card, and then you'll also get the member PC, or I mean the group the group PC, and that's going to be my little freebie to give out. I think that these are going to turn out super cute. So let me just put together a little faux pack before I start to pack everything together. So here's my 2 photo cards. And I found these really cheap sleeves as well at like my craft store. They surprisingly had them, so I'm putting the photo cards in here just so like the keychain doesn't scratch it, because these are matte and you'll be able to see the scratches a lot more. And I didn't want the freebie cards to be all like scratched up and gross when people got them. So yeah, so I'm gonna pack the little card in here, nestle the keychain in like that, close it up, and that will be my little freebie packet. I might like put a sticker or something on it later that also has like my username or just like says something. But yeah, that is my 2023 Maniac Encore freebie packet from Stray Starlight to Stay. I'm very excited. Like I said, I was really excited now that like everything is coming together and like seeing it all put together. All the effort feels very worth it. So now I just get to put together all of these, all 200 of these freebie packets, and I think it'll be so fun to see all of them piled up at the end. But yeah, that's what I'm gonna do now. We're gonna speed through. I'm gonna sort out all the photo cards so I can more easily pack these, and yeah, I'll see you when these are all packed up. I keep struggling because the keychain keeps catching on the little sleeve when I try to put it in, so that if you see me like with these bags, it's because I'm trying to wrestle the keychain not going into the card sleeve and instead just going into the bag. Okay, we've reached the point where I only have 3 more keychains left, and I'm so happy. I am so tired. My hands are like raw. I like taped them up with washi tape because they were just getting so beat up from like constantly like putting the keychains into the bags and just messing with it. So I am ready to be done. Also, I don't know if you can hear, but my neighbors upstairs are literally being so loud with their party. So we're going to speed through these last 3. I'm gonna finish packing, and then I'm gonna come back tomorrow when it's a little bit more quiet and we'll look at everything, finish final thoughts. But oh my gosh, this feels like a marathon. Like I've finished a marathon. I'm so happy to be finished. That's it. We're done. Woo! All right. I need to go lay down. My back is done. I'll see you guys in the morning. Hello everyone. I am back to close out the video, and here are all the freebies, all packaged and ready for you. Looking at it like this, it honestly doesn't look like 200 to me. I don't know why, like it just doesn't seem like it's 200, but trust me, it is. These fingertips that have been used and abused do not lie to you. I can't believe I did this many, but honestly, I'm really happy. I really hope as many stays who want one of these are able to grab them. I worked so hard on these. I really feel like I put my heart and soul and a little bit of my fingertips into each and every one of them. So I really hope that you like them if you end up with one. The day that this video is going up, I am going to be posting on my Twitter and on my Instagram a couple of like little detail posts as to what the freebies are and kind of like the plan with them. And then on concert days, I will be making other posts that are going to be letting you know where I am, so you can come and find me and come and grab a freebie. This is my first time doing freebies and passing them out, so I am feeling a little bit nervous, but I'm hoping that everything will be super smooth and will be a pretty easy process. Like I said, just follow my socials because I will be updating and posting there on concert days as to where I am and where you can come pick them up. I will try to make it as clear as possible, you know, letting you know the area I'm in, what I'm wearing, where you can find me, where if I'm out of any freebies. So I also want to mention that I ended up with quite a bit of extra photo cards. I had ordered a couple extra photo cards just in case any of them came like weirdly damaged or printed weird, but I ended up with way more than I was expecting. I think Moo like must have given me extras because I did not order this many cards, but because I have so many extras, I've decided that I'm gonna take some of the extra photo cards I have and make just photo card blind bags. So I will also have these with me on the day of the concerts. They'll just be packaged just like this. It's just like the other packs, except it won't have a keychain. So I will have these available with me. Also, when I run out of keychains, I'll have a handful of these as well. So I'm not just hoarding all of these photo cards. But that is everything that I have for this video. You've watched the entire process from start to finish, basically, of making these freebie packets. Let me just push these aside really quick so I can give one more appreciation for these. Like I said, I am gonna gush over these until I hand them out, but I am very happy with them. I love like that my username sticks out of the bag and that you can see the 2 photo cards and the keychain, and I don't know. I'm just really happy, and again, I hope if you get one that you also really enjoy it. And yeah, I am basically just blabbling at this point. I hope if you go to the Encore shows that you have a really, really great time, and I hope if you've been to the other shows that have been happening this past week that you had the best time. I've been following along on Twitter, and the concerts just look absolutely amazing, and I'm sure the ones this week are going to be just as amazing as well. I can't wait to see the kids in that huge stadium and arena that we're going to be in. It's going to be surreal. And with that, I think that's going to be everything from me. Thank you so much again for watching. Again, remember to check my socials to just be on the lookout for the details about the freebie posts, and hopefully I will see some of you there and say hello. Don't be afraid to come say hello to me. I will admit I am an introverted person, but if you want to come up and talk to me, I will be as extroverted as I can be. I won't I won't be shy about it. I will make an effort to interact with you. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time, or I will see you at the concerts. Bye!